Hunting for Answers is a production of the Black Effect Podcast Network and iHeartRadio. Welcome to Hunting for Answers, a true crime podcast. I'm your host, Hunter, and today's case took place May 2009 in Everett, Washington. Just 9 days after her 18th birthday, the teen left her home to visit her new boyfriend in Seattle, about an hour away on public transit. She carried only a small black purse, her phone, and a few dollars in cash. However, she never arrived at her destination. What makes this disappearance even more chilling is the timeline of events. Just weeks after she had testified against her former pimp in court. This is the story of Kelsey Collins. Kelsey Emily Collins was born on April 30th, 1991. By May 2009, she was an 18-year-old student at Mariner High School in Everett, Washington. At the time of her disappearance, she stood about 5 feet 4 inches tall with chin-length light brown hair that was naturally curly, but usually straightened. She had green eyes, pierced ears, and a pierced nose. Kelsey had several distinguishing marks, including a 2 to 3 inch surgical scar on her lower rib cage, a surgical scar across her lower abdomen, and a 2-inch scar across her left hand and index finger. She sometimes went by her middle name, Emily, which was actually her legal name until it was changed when she was 7 years old. Kelsey was also in special education classes due to a learning disability. She could read at a 5th grade level and had 3rd grade level math skills. But those who knew Kelsey remember her as extraordinarily empathetic and caring, a young woman who never missed an opportunity to help anyone in need. Unfortunately, this caring nature would make her a target for predators. When Kelsey was just 16 years old, she was arrested for prostitution. But Kelsey wasn't a willing participant. She was a victim of sex trafficking. Her trafficker was a man named Donico Tyrell Johnson and a woman named Lisa Miles. In 2008, when Kelsey was 17, she made a courageous decision that would change everything. She agreed to testify against Johnson in federal court. Johnson was being charged with interstate sex trafficking of a minor, a serious federal crime that could result in decades of jail time. For Kelsey, this testimony represented a chance at a new life, free from the nightmare she had been enduring. But, as we'll learn, speaking out against her trafficker may have cost her her life. May 9th, 2009. It was just 9 days after Kelsey's 18th birthday, the day before Mother's Day. At 5:30 p.m., Kelsey left her home in Everett, Washington. She told her family she was going to Seattle to meet up with her new boyfriend, about 30 miles away. She planned to travel by public transportation. She was traveling light, with only a small black purse containing her phone, her MP3 player, her hairbrush, identification, and a few dollars in cash. According to reports, she made it to her destination and then vanished without a trace. The timing of Kelsey's disappearance seemed to be too much of a coincidence for loved ones. Just weeks before she vanished, Kelsey testified against Johnson in federal court. Her testimony was crucial in the case against her former pimp. The last communication from Kelsey came around 8:00 p.m. on May 9th, just 2.5 hours after she left home. Her cell phone was turned off at that time and has remained off ever since. As the hours turned into days, Kelsey's family grew increasingly desperate. For weeks, whenever they called her phone, it would ring and then go straight to voicemail. And this wasn't like Kelsey. Despite her troubled past, she maintained very close contact with her family. She wouldn't just disappear without telling anyone where she was going. Over the years, several search efforts have been launched to find Kelsey. In November 2012, acting on a tip, Seattle police and King County search and rescue volunteers scoured an area near the Jefferson Park golf course in the Beacon Hill neighborhood. They found nothing. Multiple leads have been investigated. Multiple searches have been conducted. But Kelsey Collins still remains a missing person. Her disappearance has had a profound impact on her family, especially her mother, Sarah Collins. Sarah has transformed her grief into action, becoming a powerful advocate against sex trafficking. She works to raise awareness about the dangers that young people face and the inadequate protection offered to those who testify against their traffickers. Sarah's message is clear. The system failed her daughter. Kelsey was brave enough to testify against her abuser, but there were no protections in place to keep her safe afterward. So, what did happen to Kelsey Emily Collins? Today, more than 15 years later, Kelsey's case remains unsolved. Today, Kelsey would be 34 years old. My thoughts and prayers are with the family and friends of Kelsey, especially as they continue their search for answers. Anyone with information about her whereabouts should contact the Everett Police Department or their local authorities. Their contact information can be found in the description box below. As we close out this episode, don't forget to click the follow button to stay updated on Kelsey's case and others like it. Be sure to subscribe to Hunting for Answers on YouTube and follow us on Instagram and TikTok for more true crime updates. Thank you so much for joining us on another episode. Until next time. Hunting for Answers is a production of the Black Effect Podcast Network. For more podcasts from the Black Effect Podcast Network, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows.